yesterday to share adventurous OAs when you travel. So I came across the United States. It was a very, very beautiful day, and flight was very good. It was funny, because the captain, his name was Mr. Peter, and it was his birthday, which he announced to the whole audience. And I'm laughing because my first name, Peter, and I was kind of celebrating a birthday, kind of going out to Baja and departing the old ways in that sense. Yeah, it was really
Ava's birthday too.
And it was Eva's birthday also. So the pilot at the end of the flight then said, "And everybody, hope you're all well. I want to wish you well on my birthday," or something like that.
No need to give me presents or anything.
Yeah,
Fine.
Well, I wanted to give him presents, but yeah, this was a funny part too, because I told the flight attendant that I would like to say that he's under really good stars. And I can see his year ahead, because it also was incognito with that same thing for myself. It was all an unusual connection, reference, and that's how we use the references, because it's not that the references matter or that our relation matters, it's only that it provides us with that key or clue, so that we can get past being the clueless and the keyless, because we always have those, and we want to use them, the references and relations, but just for the obvious greater purpose and connections. So arrived at the airport, and San Diego has a beautiful the dock and the coast where the airport, the plane flies down through, is a very pretty one to see. It's the nicest view on the flight. So we get to the bow at the pickup point at the baggage claim, and I'm looking around. He's not there, and I see this guy, a place I can put my bags over to at the baggage claim, and I asked him about the phone, and I had trouble because a little bit, because something got changed during the flight by one of the flight attendants. And so it didn't operate exactly. So, but this guy looked a lot like Val, actually, with no hair. And it was real good talk, because it turns out he's in a state. He works with a company that does trust fund planning, and financial organization like that. He's a salesman with this company, looking for a state where this kind of person is perfect. So I'm still looking for Val, and there he is. He doesn't see me, so I walked over right to him. Big hug, and very nice view, you know. It's always nice to find old friends. And so we left together, and while we were out on the waiting for the transit, I wanted to say I introduced Val to the trust guy, got his number, and when he's available, contact to possibly do something with getting the knowledge and or other values of setting up some form of economics. Cool, perfect. And so we're out waiting for the trolley or the transit, and there's a man, a priest, dressed up in full, beautiful white robe, off in the distance, and I said, Val, I gotta go and talk to this guy. I ran over and talked to him. He had musical instruments as part of his baggage, and he told me that he does music, and I'll listen to yours if you listen to mine. So I said, well, I don't do things that way. I'll listen to yours. It's fine. You don't have to listen to mine. You don't have to trade and barter, you know, like that. And so, but I got his contact, or I gave him mine, and he was a priest, and I told him the story about going to sing in New York at the Two Angels Church, Catholic Church. This was a Catholic priest, I think, this guy was. And his name was not Gabriel, but I mentioned to him about the statue singing Gabriel in New York, singing the song Golden. So of course, we all know that Val is the golden boy. He's the Mr. California, or the Great Valentine, and it's really all kind of beautiful. So we go to crossing the border, and we get to the gate, the checking area, the border crossing, and there was a ton of people there this time. Val says, this is really unusual. We don't expect this kind of thing. And so I tried to get through, and the man asked me for my passport, which I don't have a passport, so they wouldn't let me in. And I had to walk with somebody. He said, come this way, and Val's back over there, and they, you know, they don't say a word. You don't let anyone know what's going on. And you go, what are you doing? You know, stuff like that. But, you know, I knew they were taking me back through the cave and the cavern and the black hall to get back to, I have to go back to this out. And, you know, they take me this dark, quiet back route. And so we had to work this out somehow. And we found Val knew of this second way of re-entry. And I noticed that, see, I had to go back through American customs back in the United States, and none of those people really gave me any really good answers. They gave me this and that. You got to go 15, 20 miles away. You could try that one, or pay for a date, you know, but they didn't say where to go. You know, it's just like when you're in the black hole, you can't get any guidance from the people. The only ones who have real guidance are the people with the real awareness. And they're not going to be there, especially in those places. And so I took a lot of luggage carrying that got me over to getting one of the best fish tacos I've had ever, and then made my way back to the second entrance, where there was hardly anyone there. And it was, I was like, I got to the end, I didn't know that I'd actually gone through. It was so light, it was like nobody was there. And just walk right in. And there's Val over there going, okay. Yeah, had to wait, and we got on the great Mexican transit, which is very exciting and super high traffic and adventurous feeling in the doesn't matter the kids in there, you know, we're going to drive this way, you know, and kind of some of it is pretty exciting. Driver.
His stop sign, I mean, he just, maybe 10 miles an hour, he just cruised those.
He cruised the stop signs.
Yeah, he just No attention to him.
Driver. Yeah. But I met I talked to a bunch of people on the bus, and we're always constantly trying one thing or another to get people to. The funniest thing was this friend that Val knew, called him Valentine, and his name was Hugo. I have to laugh about that, Hugo. And Hugo had gotten some cats from Val, and he was with his son, and the cats were stolen from Hugo by some people because the cats are rabbit hunters. Now, I'm born in the year of the rabbit. So I'm going, little things like that. And all the time we've got this beautiful half moon in my sign, taking us, shining down, and get to come here. So pretty great all the way around. I guess the other thing to share was about the calmness that I felt, and through the whole process, and there was no concern whatsoever about survival or worry about this or that eventuality, or the fact that I'm not going to be able to get in, and I have to go through all this rigmarole. I mean, just the idea that there was any need for, it's kind of like, isn't that a little bit like the Mexican way, would you say? It's got that, whatever.
Laissez-faire kind of.
Laissez-faire.
What is it like? Que sera, sera.
Que sera, sera. There you go. That song's been in my head. And whatever will be. I think that's the song. You put that in my head. You plant, Doug.
Hey.
Valentine, you're implanting? You're starting it? Implanting.